Here's another day of our life on the road.
Having some familiar faces arrive the day before, we were up early to do an adventure day, starting with coffee all the way from home at 6 a.m. before setting out for the Moor Cave and Dragon Mountain. We parked our scooters, said hello to the mountain goats, bought our tickets and headed in. We made sure to check out what we thought was the Moor Cave, however it was a small opening with a couple of steps and water at the bottom. Taking on the steps to the top wasn't any easier the second time around. We had a couple of stops on the way, taking in the views and having a breather. With a lot less people here this time, Adam was able to comfortably climb along the dragon, taking good photos. Unfortunately, the hazy morning didn't make the view quite as nice, but still worth the hike. We slowly made our way back down the steps in search of the Moor Cave that we missed. No real surprises, as there is not much signage around. We walked through the cave to the opening on the other side. Cool to see, although maybe we expected something a little more. On the way out, we walked along the boardwalks over the little lily pads and spotted small fish. It was then back to the scooters where Ruby joined Nanny and G-Dad this time. We went for some breakfast at Hello Banh Mi Cafe in Tam Coc, getting banh mi's and crepes with a round of Vietnamese coffees. After breakfast, we went on the Tam Coc boat tour. This was a different experience to the Tra Nang tour. For the same price, it offered a boat ride along the river and no stops at temples. The boat guide also tried selling us paintings and asked us for a tip at the end, which was a bit off-putting. However, we did have nice weather, spotted the Dragon Mountain and went through a couple of caves, which was still a pleasant experience. Everyone had fun and Ruby was well behaved, not having to be with Mum and Dad this time. If you're after a recommendation on which boat tour to choose, we'd choose Tra Nang, as it's much more value for money, stopping at 4 temples, going through caves and not getting hassled to spend your money. Once we were off the boat, Nanny suggested we ride along the river and we ended up finding a nice little cafe. They served an awesome coconut coffee and everyone was very satisfied with their drinks and meals. From here we went back to our homestay where Ruby fell asleep and we made the most of this time to have a rest and do some planning for our next journey. We all jumped on the scooters for a 25-minute ride up to the largest pagoda in Vietnam, the Bai Dinh Pagoda. We underestimated just how large the place was, but it was incredible nonetheless. The 700-hectare complex took 7 years to build and has massive temples and huge Buddha statues. Seeing all of this was amazing, however we were really just wanting to see the tallest pagoda. We hopped on the electric carts and were taken around the complex, grateful we'd chosen this option as it would have taken a long time to walk. We finally arrived at the pagoda, which was amazing to see at night, walking through up some stairs and thankful to see an elevator after our stair climb this morning. We walked out at the top and had views of the whole pagoda. Again, being all lit up, it's just so pretty. Once we'd finished there, we rode into Ninh Binh as we wanted to show Nanny and G-Dad the beautiful pagodas and have dinner by the water. A nice place to end a busy day.